What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy Jones and I am back with another video. Today I'm talking my weekly sneaker rotation, so stay tuned.
Got a lot of things changing in my life. Hoping one day I'ma get it all right. Brother is engaged, about to start a new life. Yeah, I haven't had a chill day. Really wanna vibe, appreciate the moments. I've been creating, not scrolling. Mom and dad still support.
Alright, man, I'm back with another video. Now, before I get too deep into this video, you'll already know what to do. Go and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I make content about sneakers. Alright, so let's dive into today's video. Just like I said in the intro, man, I am back with another weekly single rotation. Y'all already know, man, I started this series off at the beginning of 2023, and here we are, we're pretty much at week 152. Now, if you want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week, sign up for the Sold Out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and it is free to sign up. Or, of course, we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, you name it, right? Okay, if I don't get the content out in time for whatever reason, that things kind of just happen sometimes, I will most likely, or somebody will be talking about it in the Sold Out Discord. Shameless plug. And if I didn't say it in the beginning, definitely smash that like button and sub up. But enough rambling, let's just get into this weekly sneaker rotation. Now, pretty much y'all know this is pretty much the week of Thanksgiving. So pretty much by the time I drop this video, you guys will know it'll be after Thanksgiving. So I hope you guys did have a happy Thanksgiving. And pretty much, yeah, let's just go right in. So pretty much y'all know I end things off on a Friday, then pick right back up on Saturday. So pretty much Saturday, I went to the chop shop, pretty much trying to get prepared for Thanksgiving, man, as the family kind of come in and out. We'll see how it goes right here. So Saturday, man, you know what? I brought out a shoe that I don't wear enough, but I do wear a lot, sorta. And I brought out none other than the Air Jordan 1 Low, and these are the Travis Scotts, and these are the fragments, not the new joints, but you know, I guess the new ones we're calling them like the reverse, but these are not the reverse. But these joints right here, you know, the kid had to come off the hip with the chips with these, but arguably one of my favorites in my collection, man. And you know what? I felt like, why not, man? It just felt right. I feel like it's a shoe you can wear around like seasonal, so pretty much I got the pink laces in there because, to be honest, while majority of Travis sneakers do come with pink, not all of them do hit, but majority do. And you know what? It just kind of works, right? Okay, so pretty much this is what I wore to the chop shop. Normally, I would avoid wearing something like this at the chop shop, but you know what? Your shoes are meant to be worn, and yes, there's hair left over from the barbershop on these guys that I could just simply wipe off, so it comes with the game. But this was my Saturday shoe, was the Air Jordan 1 Low, Travis Scott Fragment. Cool, now let's move right on to Sunday. You know, pretty much Sunday is like my prep day. At this point, you guys probably should already know that. Not that I don't do things on Sunday, but for the most part, I do my very, very best to try to stay home and just kind of prep throughout the week, especially with Thanksgiving week right here, man. You got to make sure that everything is like presentable and just you're ready, whatever you're going to do. If you are going out of town, if you're not going out of town, you got family coming in town, a lot of things, right? Okay, so pretty much Sunday, y'all know I'm in my beaters, and yes, they're like this on, I ain't gonna say purpose, but I just had them since 2022, and I've been wearing them for quite some time. So this was my Sunday shoe, was a Yeezy Slide Pure. And yes, I do have other slides that are Yeezys that from Adidas that I need to break out, but at the same time, man, I pay resale for these guys. I'm gonna get my money's worth. Now, I know down in the comment section, you're probably like, yo, you definitely have gotten your money's worth. And you're probably absolutely positively right. But again, this is kind of one of those, like, while I'm around the house preparing for things, taking out trash, what have you, why not doing some shoes that, not necessarily saying I don't care about, but comfortable, and if something happened to them, you know what? I can't cry about them at the end of the day, right? Okay, so this is my Sunday shoe, was a Yeezy Slide Pure. Cool. Let's move right on to Monday. Pretty much, even though technically it's a short week because, you know, we're out for Thanksgiving, but Monday, right back to work, full-time job. Y'all know sneaker YouTube is kind of like, you know, yes, I love it here, but same time, I still work a full-time job. So Monday, right back at the work, and I wore the Air Jordan 1 Low, and these are the trophy room joints, the rookie card, I believe what they were called. So pretty much I did, when eBay did have the Top Star program, I was able to get these joints for retail, and you know what? I will say this, if I didn't get them for retail, there's no way in heck I would have even think to buy this shoe on the resale market, but I don't regret them. A lot of different materials going on this, corduroy on the back, and I don't know if the camera's gonna do this any justice, and I'll even see if I can come up on these joints right here, but pretty much if you look at the sign on that joint, it's got like Michael Jordan signing on that right there. Been trying to work sure I work on the visuals, because when I do that, you're like, I can't see anything. But anyway, like overall though, I can see where it's inspired off this right here, but yeah, it's a shoe that, I'll be honest, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. But I definitely say that I definitely wanted and got my money's worth. And yeah, I mean, could there have been a better version? Sure. But I mean, it is what it is, because I still, and yes, I do have the trophy room highs, but I remember what it took to get those. So when I finally got these at a deal, I figured why not? Even though probably the demand was not there, was probably why I could get them at a deal. But anyway, this was my Monday shoe, was the Air Jordan 1 Low Trophy Rooms. Cool. Now I'm gonna move out on Tuesday, right back to work. You kids know I work a full-time job, and at this point, you're probably gonna start to see the theme that I wore this week, and you're probably gonna say it down in the comment section. Hey, it is what it is. But Tuesday, right back to work, full-time job, and I stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 1 Low Travis's, and these are the reverse mochas, right? Okay, I know there's a mocha version, but I think I like these a little bit more better, right? Okay, one of my favorite shoes in my collection that I feel like I don't wear enough, but I feel like this is the perfect time to wear this, because I feel like brown just hits better in the fall/winter time, right? Okay, now in the DMV, if you guys haven't been living on the rock, we get all seasons. So pretty much I need to get these in, because I'm telling you 2 months from now, you're probably not gonna be wearing too much, because pretty much how the weather goes, yeah, you never know. It rains all the time. In fact, it actually rained today, but it wasn't too bad. Honestly, I started paying more and more close attention to the weather since I moved here, right? Okay, but this was my Tuesday shoe, was the Air Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott Reverse Mocha. Cool. Now I'm gonna move right on to Wednesday, man, as pretty much I started to reconnect with family and stuff like this pretty much on Wednesday, because I will say this, Wednesday, it's the day before Thanksgiving, and yeah, pretty much I will say this, even though, and my family's guilty of this, we don't necessarily always start, quote unquote, Thanksgiving on time. We definitely celebrate it on Thursday, but to be honest, man, you need to start prepping ahead of time, in my opinion. I mean, you do what works for you, but my family, I feel like even if we prepped ahead of time, it's still gonna be timing. But pretty much, Wednesday is kind of like my lounge around the crib, just kind of chill and prepare. And whatever my family needs me to do or help and assist with, I can. But sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes they say they got it. It all just depends. So pretty much on Wednesday, the kid was in none other than his Yeezy slides. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of chilling, connecting, relaxing with the fam, just kind of catching up, running errands and picking up stuff and doing what I need to do. So pretty much I stayed in the Yeezy slides the whole entire time. And yeah, man, I don't really regret these right here, but yeah, even though I'm around the family, I don't really need to necessarily dress up, because you know, if something goes off or I spill something, it is what it is, because I mean, again, these are just my beaters. That's the point, right? So this was my Wednesday shoe, was the Yeezy Slide Pure. So y'all know sometimes I wear these twice a week. I probably wear these every day, but to be honest, if I don't do anything, this is what I'm usually in, right? So anyway, Thursday, officially Thanksgiving. So I actually have been prepping to wear this shoe for Thanksgiving for probably over a month now, or a few weeks. I just recently picked up the shoe, and I was like, I feel like, in fact, this is one reason that probably inspired me to pick up the shoe, not because I got the second version, the alternate version, there's your hint right there. I feel like, you know what? This shoe will be great, and I see what it is, because when it first came out, I really wasn't feeling it. And I'm talking on Thursday, I stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 1 Low Zions. Now, this is the first version that came out in 2022, right? Okay. Now, what inspired me really at first was to pick these up was whenever I was able to catch the alternate version for retail at Foot Locker, and then it just made me look at these even more, and I was like, you know what? This will be a great shoe for like Thanksgiving, right? Okay. I mean, this screams not only, I know it's the Voodoos, right? But it screams not only that, but you know, more than Halloween theme, I see a lot of Thanksgiving on this, right? Okay, so I was like, you know what? When I think of Thanksgiving, I think of pumpkins, I think of brown, but then you can probably put pumpkins also as part of Halloween too. So I feel like this is where that like neutral area where you can wear this probably Halloween and Thanksgiving. You got to get out of jail free card here is what I look at it. So overall, this is my first time kind of bringing this shoe out, and yeah, I don't regret it at all. I did have to come off the hip on a resale market, but at the same time, I feel like it's definitely worth it. And so I got my fit together, and as you guys probably seen, my recent Polo try on haul that I did pretty much of the pretty much the tracksuit that I'm wearing, or the zip up hoodie joint or whatever, or the double knit track fit is what you want to call it. This is what I kind of wore with it. So pretty much this was my Thursday shoe for Thanksgiving, was the Air Jordan 1 Low booty. Cool. So pretty much close out the week strong right here. And pretty much, you know, Friday, Black Friday, pretty much, you know, the kid was pretty much hoping for a W on the Black Cats. If I did, obviously you guys will see a separate video on that. So pretty much on Friday, kid stepped out none other than the Air Jordan 1 Low, and these are the Travis Scott. Now, I forgot what we're calling these because I don't think there was like an official name, but I think we just kept calling these the chocolates. But obviously I put the pink laces in there. With this shoe being all over brown like this, it was mixed reactions with this joint, so it didn't really go too crazy on the resale market. And I haven't looked at it recently, but when I saw these, man, I will say this, I'm a major sucker for the color brown, and I think these just hit, again, for fall/winter. I feel like Travis got the game on lock. And then when the summer and spring comes around, he's all over that too, right? Okay, I don't know how much say-so he has in the color palette, but I mean, obviously they got it down to a science now. I feel like that we're gonna pay attention no matter what he kind of drops, even if it's not necessarily his best or top colorway, right? Okay, so pretty much this was my Friday shoe, was an Air Jordan 1 Low, Travis Scott, and I'm just gonna call these the chocolates, right? Okay, so pretty much right there, that completes my weekly sneaker rotation for this week. Y'all sign off in the comment section and let me know what you wore throughout the week as well. I'm gonna go and get up out of this thing and stop rambling, man. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Again, my name is Jeremy Jones, and thank you for watching, and I'm out.
I figure out.